What's up, everybody? It's your friendly neighborhood DoolieRay, and this is the 4th war of Alliance War Season 3. This time around, we are fighting against ZEUS, gods of Mount Olympus. This alliance is serious business. I would say this is most definitely the hardest fight that we are going to be having so far. Out of all 4 of these fights, this battle will be the hardest. They are a full-on Master Alliance. They've got lots of amazing players on their roster, on their team. Good champions as well on their defense, and it's going to be really close. So, getting into this, I just want to say a bit of a forewarning. I make mistakes, and you're going to see that. And, you know, learn from my mistakes. I definitely am learning from my mistakes. Making these war videos is actually helping me out a lot. Seeing the mistakes I'm making is helping me to improve as a player, so try not to rag on me too much. You will see plenty of mistakes this time around. So, enjoy. Let's get into this. What is there to say? I don't know. It's sketchy. It's sketchy, but there's a chance. There's a chance we can pull this out, and we really need this win, because if we do, this sort of solidifies our stance in the master bracket, which currently we're in at spot number 9. If we win this, we may go up, or we'll just stay. Winning is important. Winning is very, very important. You never want to lose in the first place, but for us, trying to get into the master bracket, trying to stay there, we need as many wins as possible. So today I'm actually going to be taking Path 6, and yeah, I'm going straight up Path 6. So not going sometimes alliances will have people switch from Path 6 to Path 7. No, I'm doing straight Path 6, and I think it actually fits pretty well for the roster that I have. But anyways, I'm going to hop over here. My fights that I did were a little more spread out because of my work schedule and how everything was being cleared throughout the day. So you'll see these fights happening. They happened a bit randomly. Nothing too crazy though. So first up, I do have a Science Champion awakened on this first node. I don't know the numbers, but this first one is the Aggression Fury node. So if you don't hit them, they start building up Fury stacks, and you get one hit and you could die, especially with Stark Spidey. So an Awakened Science Champion, I'm thinking, could potentially be a Quake I saw on this guy's account. But it turns out to be Original Spidey, Classic Spidey, whatever you want to call him, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. I've just got to make sure that I watch out for his evade. He is going to be building up some of those Furies, so I have to try keep on hitting him. This node also does have Limber on it, so I have to watch out for that as well. And then he has an Unblockable Special 1, so thankfully Stark Spidey is there to cover my butt on that. And yeah, this fight is going pretty solidly. Got him down to 50%. Trying to keep those Furies at bay. I accidentally put in a 5-hit combo. Don't know what I was thinking there. It's going to cost me a lot of potions for a silly mistake that I didn't need to make. So yeah, kind of got what I deserved there. He's building up Furies. He got up to 4, so I put a few hits on him. He's back up to 2. This is a pretty scary node, to be honest. It's not that it's so difficult. It's just one simple mistake can cost you severely. As you can see, I took one combo from him and I went down almost 50% of my life. He hits really, really hard. And Stark Spidey doesn't have a lot of health to begin with. Of course, I am boosting, so I do have that to back me up. But I got this fight out of the way, and I went ahead and I moved up to the next node, and I didn't touch it again until I built myself up to full energy so that I could go through the mini-boss and most of the rest of the nodes that I have to take. So coming up to this one here, there's an Awakened Mutant on node. I don't know what node it is. It's the Bane Stun Immune node. Enhanced abilities as well. So this could be a Nightcrawler, could be a Domino. I'm really thinking it could be either of those two. I don't see anything in this guy's account particularly that I should be looking out for. So I think about taking in Stark Spidey, but I think Void is just the safer option for this node in general. With the Bane that you have on your opponent, he'll be doing extra damage, and it's a bit safer to do it that way. So let's go ahead and hop into the fight here. 5-star Awakened Mutant. I've got my big boosts on now. This is later on, so I have my full energy. I've got big boosts on. Gonna take in Void against this Awakened Mutant. See what I end up against. And it turns out I will be fighting not a Domino, but a Cable. Okay, that's a bit new to me, at least on this node. Shouldn't be too much of a problem though. I'm gonna try and bait out heavies. He's not really throwing anything, he's just hitting into my block. That's a little frustrating, but what you gonna do? I do take a little bit of a risk there. I'm not sure if he can parry me off of his combos there. I think it is possible, but I was willing to take the risk. I do have Bane on me, so I definitely want to get that off. He's now got a special 2. He's got Power Flood. I'm a little bit nervous about him building up his power like that. I gotta bait out a special, especially with Bane going. I have to get that out of him. And of course he throws it when Bane is being transferred so that I get to take nice pieces of extra damage. But beyond that, there's not too much to this node, and Void makes it pretty easy. So I think I ended up down at 80%. Of course, you never want to lose that much health because everything costs potions, and potions is in-game money. Even if you're not spending real money, you're spending units or glory, whatever it takes to get what you need. Up next, we have Node 24. I've had lots of practice on this node. Last season, I did Path 6 a lot for my alliance, and I would take in Stark Spidey for the most part. And so, yeah, I'll just take in Stark Spidey here. I figured it was going to be a Kingpin because the boss of this map is actually a Blade. And then there was a Killmonger on another node, so I figured it was going to be a Kingpin, and that doesn't worry me too much at all. Should be a pretty quick and easy fight. I think I do. Did I already parry him? I think I get an accidental parry at some point, and that's kind of sucks for me because this node does have Limber. It's got Buffet, which is anytime I put a buff onto myself, he regens, and that can be a little bit frustrating if he's got really high health. But for the most part, I seem to be doing okay. Got 10 poise charges, so I'm doing lots of damage. He's down below 50%, and I am still at 95%, so I'm feeling good. Gonna go ahead and throw a special 2 at the end here, just to finish him off. Nice and easy. Yes, Stark Spidey. Looking good. So far so good against Zeus here. This is an extremely close war, though. Like, you don't even understand. I think at the moment here, deaths are tied 1-1. Both alliances have only died one time. So up next here, I do have a Morningstar mini-boss on the All or Nothing node. I did have practice against this in that, I don't know if it was the first Alliance War I recorded on this channel, but I have had practice against this at least once. I used Nebula, and it worked pretty well for me, so I'm expecting to do it again. Last time it was a rank 4 Morningstar, this time it's a rank 5, so I am expecting it to be a little bit more difficult, but I am hoping that I can do a good job. I put the Indestructible boost on, in case I have to tank a couple of special 3s, and we're going to go ahead and get into this. Cross your fingers for me, guys. We need this win. So I go ahead, I start building up shock charges. I'm not going to worry about the block damage. Oh no! Oh, there goes my Indestructible, and oh, jeez. That kind of throws off my game for a second there. I gotta focus on building up shock charges, not worry about the Indestructible. Last time I didn't even push her to a single L3, so I'm figuring this time around, even with all the difficulty of avoiding her in the corner here, I don't know, with Mystic Dispersion, I gotta build myself up to a special 1, and I'm starting to panic. Well, what do I mean starting? I've been panicking this whole time. I'm stuck in the corner, and, yep. Building up shock charges. I try to get a parry off there. I luckily resist her charge there, or her heavy attack, and I try to get another parry off, but I mistime it, and it's over. Oh, man, what a nasty McNasty fight. My health there actually goes into the negative. That's how bad this fight was, and oh, no. My first death of the season feels bad. Feels really bad. That was not a good showing of skill at all. So I'm pretty frustrated, but I do have that Indestructible boost up, so in my alliance you have to talk to an officer before you go back into a fight. So I have to take a moment here to cool off for a second, maybe go talk to an officer. I do want to get back into the fight while I still have an Indestructible boost, but I'm trying to think whether this fight is going to be impossible. I did like 5% damage to her, and yeah, that was just not a good showing of skill. So to be totally honest though, this sort of takes the pressure off of me. I don't know if it does exactly, but the way my mind works is I didn't want to die. It was stressing me out, and then dying made me mad, and being mad makes me play a little bit better sometimes. So once I've finished talking to the officer, I'm going to go ahead, put a revive in, and heal up Nebula. I'm going to try again with Nebula. I've still got the Indestructible boost up, and I'm hoping that this is going to work out for me. I'm 90% sure that I can play this fight better, and I know what I did wrong last time. I got backed into that corner, I lost my Indestructible charges. It was just an all-around clown fiesta, let's say that. So I'm pretty frustrated, pretty upset, but I am determined to get this fight done. So, you think I'm going to do good this time? Okay, I learned last time that pushing her away is a smart idea. At least pushing her away from the wall, so I back away. I'm just going to push her away. I know I'm giving her power, so if I push her to a special 3, I've got the indestructible boost to back me up. Oh, it's still not going to be a good time. Not exactly going to be the best time. Plagued Mind is also on this node, so my power drain's there. She's got a special 2, and I need to build myself up to a special 1 so that I can power drain her. I did put a dexterity onto myself, and man, I'm not even close to a special 1, so I think I'm going to have to push her to a special 3 here. Don't want to, don't really want to, but if it's necessary, I'll do it. So I go ahead, let's put another combo in on her, and take a special 3. The unfortunate thing about this is it does run the timer, and I'm kind of worried about timing out with Nebula here. I don't know if she's going to have enough damage against Morningstar to be able to fully take her down, but I take that special 3. One of my indestructible charges is gone, my power is gone, and we're going to start from ground 0. But this should be much easier. I've got 17 shock charges ready to go, and I've just got to build myself up to a special 1, and I'll power lock her. And that should do pretty good. So if I parry her after I get 20 charges here, let's parry. There we go. Throw a special 1 after this combo. Power lock, power drain. She's down below 1 bar power, and that power lock is going to last for, I don't know how many seconds, but a pretty long time. Well, half the fight is gone. A minute and a half is left, and she's barely below 50%, so I'm calculating in my head what I'm going to do, and I decide to actually build myself up to a special 2, if possible. So I don't know if this was the smartest idea, but I'm gonna go back again. I'm gonna build up shock charges. Gonna take block damage. She took off 4% in 1 hit there. She took off 3, and how much? 3 again? 3%. The block damage. I'm not really paying attention to that though. I see my health bar. I'm not gonna let myself worry about it. I'm paying attention to Plagued Mind. I'm not gonna be able to reach a special 2, am I? Crap. What am I gonna do? Well, my power is drained. Let's go ahead and push her to a special 3 and let her give me a lot of power, hopefully helping me to reach a special 2. So, 40 seconds left on the clock. Ah, this is so stressful, but at the same time, I feel like I have this fight. If I can get a good special 2 off, I'm pretty sure this can end in my favor. So there's another indestructible gone. I've done much better this fight. I'm feeling better. And I go ahead, get a parry off, gonna throw in a combo, and then the special 2 is gonna be able to do enough damage. I almost pushed her to a special 3, and whew, she went down. She went down quick. It makes me wonder how much damage I'd actually be able to do with a special 2, just regularly. If I threw a special 2 instead of a special 1 in the first place, I'm wondering if that wouldn't be a better strategy, if that would be faster or better. And if you take a look there, I did look at at the deaths, and the count is now 1-2. My death has put my alliance behind, so I feel pretty guilty about that, pretty upset. But it's all good, you know. You live, you learn, and in the future, when I fight Morningstar on that node, I think I'm going to be much more prepared, at least mentally. Physically, I might need to do some more push-ups. But this fight is just a 4-star Mystic. I wasn't sure whether to expect a Dormammu or a Magic or what. Turns out it's just a Diversity Scarlet Witch, so after that Morningstar fight, it's pretty nice to have, you know, this nice, easy little node here. I can still mess up, I can still get hurt, and I'm pretty wary of that. But at the same time, she doesn't have any Mystic Dispersion. I noticed that, and so this fight is pretty much a cakewalk. Her special 2 is unblockable, but luckily I'm pretty good at dodging her special. She does get a poison off and a heal block, so that's annoying. Maybe I could throw a special 1 and take her down here, but man, I'm just gonna build up to a special 2. I'm gonna play it safe. Maybe getting 10 poison charges as well is overkill, because 1 special 2 is gonna kill her. So I bait out 1 more special 1, and she's going to charge in. I'll throw a special 2 of my own, and down she goes. Pretty easy. Pretty simple. So there's that there. That's the end of the night for me there, and we move on to the next day, and I'll be taking this final node, the tech there, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. So let's go ahead and jump to the next day. And yeah, I'm cleared. I'm good to go. I'm actually at work when I'm taking down this node, so I'm hiding in the bathroom because I have to get this done. And I wouldn't suggest doing this. I don't think it's a good idea. This war is extremely close. I believe we're ahead at this point in deaths, but they are ahead of us in exploration of the map, so they've taken down more characters and they've died more. So if we die less while taking down these last few characters, we could win this war. So I definitely don't want to die. I'm trying to get this done at work, which is not a good idea. I try to decide whether to throw a health boost on. I decide, let's go ahead and throw down the units. So I get a health boost there just in case. I'm 90% sure this is going to be a classic Ultron, a Labyrinth Ultron. And Nebula is going to be a really good option here. This is a poison node, brute force, unblockable special 2. I think I've got it. I think I've got it. All I have to do is build up shock charges on Nebula. If I get to 5 on myself, that will shut down all of Ultron's abilities here. So I'm trying to focus, build up 1 shock charge, take a heavy attack to the face because I'm focusing too hard on those shock charges. I have to hit into him because of brute force. He evades me there. That's a little bit annoying. And getting pushed into a corner here, a little worried about that, but take another heavy attack. Not playing to the best of my abilities, if I'm being honest. So I need to bait out a special 1, get that there, and pretty much the fight should be over. I have 5 shock charges, except I take a special 1. That was a whoopsie on my part, a total oopsie. But other than that, this is a regular fight for me, so as long as I play this, as long as I don't slip up. I mean, anything that happens here, if I die at all, it's my own fault. It's 100% my fault, and I know that, so pretty focused here. I'm going to go ahead and throw a special 3 at some point, right? I'm not going to use my shock charges. I can't parry him because if I parry him, I lose those shock charges and I'll lose all of the ability accuracy reduction that I have with Nebula. So I keep those shock charges up. I go ahead and throw a special 3, get some shock debuffs on him. Gonna go ahead, wail into him a bit, and this fight should be, you know, pretty much over from this point. As long as I don't slip up. Am I gonna slip up? Those heavy attacks are really scary. I don't know what it is about it that just freaks me out so much. But there's something. Gonna go ahead and bait out another special 1. His special 2 is unblockable, so I definitely don't want to push him to that. I'm also keeping an eye on brute force. I have to hit into him once every 6 seconds or I degen. That's a bit annoying. And yeah, 9% on him left. And I really shouldn't have taken as much damage as I did. If I wasn't at work, I feel like I would have played much better. But I knew I could take this guy down with Nebula. There was never a doubt in my mind. There was like a sliver of fear, possibly, stress, for sure. But other than that, that's the end of my path here. That's all I'm going to be doing this war. My alliance is going to clean up the rest of it. And yeah, it was a super duper it was a really close war. At some point, they managed to clear all of the bosses there. If you take a look, we're really close. We're really, really close. What are we at? We're at, we have 17 deaths. They have 20, but we have 25 kills to go. So we got a ways to go. And it turns out that we actually end up losing this war. I don't know by how much exactly, how many deaths we had, but good match to you, Zeus. You won fair and square. We played our hearts out. We tried so hard, and it wasn't enough in the end. But we proved to ourselves that we can pretty much deal with these master level alliances. We do have a lot of things we can pick up together. I mean, you got 30 guys together, and you're depending on all of them to not make any mistakes at all, and that's just mathematically not gonna happen, right? So I made plenty of mistakes on my own, plenty of things for me to improve on. I think I'm gonna be taking Path 6 more regularly for the Alliance here, and I'm going to try to get used to that. So, as far as what I learned against that Morningstar boss, I mean, that's my first death of the season so far. I made it through 4 wars, or 3 full wars without dying. 4th war, I take 1 death, and hopefully that's my last for the season. I'm definitely planning on not dying anymore. If I come up against a Morningstar again, I should be good to go. I should be pretty okay. So, thank you all for joining me today. I hope this helps you out if you're looking for some war tips. Take a look at my mistakes and don't make these same mistakes. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until I see you next, hang in there. May the RNG be with you, and peace out.